Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house, and today I'm in the house with two Shirogorov knives here with me. I've got the F95 NL 3M and the F95 NL for a quick comparison review, but hey, don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you like what I'm doing right over here for you guys. So let's just quickly check this guy out because these are two fantastic ones, two different levels of Shirogorovness, if we can say that. So this is the F95 NL 3M, F95 NL, and that's it. So this is the refined version. This is a 3 bears, and this is just not. You can see right away from the close position that these liners, the liners design is different, okay? So you have a little bit slimmer here, a little bit more like wide on the, let's say, older version. Also keep in mind that this comes in several carbon fiber, in different micarta. This is the Crazy Micarta one. Of course, you have also the inlay on the back, and you can have different options for this guy. This, as of May 2021, just comes in 3 colors. It's the white, the 4 actually, the white, the blue, the green, and the orange for the fat carbon inlays, but as of now, there's no other option that I'm aware of. Maybe in the future they're gonna come out. So inlay shape is different. Of course, you see that there's some extra milling going on in the newest version. Here you have just like a stonewash finish for the scale. Here you have a kind of like a different stonewash finish. This is the same that you find in the F95 White Tiger Custom Division. So it's a little bit different, maybe more fingerprint magnets, but yeah. Also, something that jumps right at the eye is the size of the pivot. Bigger size for the newest version, just smaller for the older one. And also the screw on the handle just changed and it became like a smaller one. And here you have a little bit of bigger one. Also, you see that these milling lines are introducing just a little bit of a difference in the scales. You can see, for example, right here, it's a little bit wider, the chamfering on the NL, and a little bit thinner in the 3M. You've got a replacement of the logo, where in the original, let's say one, it's right up here, and it's down here in the newest version. Of course, here you have like a hole for the lanyard, but in this case, it's just integrated in the back spacer, which is the next big difference. You've got backspacer versus standoff, and of course I prefer the backspacer with some nice jimping going on. And you see that another little detail which is just fantastic. Check out the area, the meat around the screw, which has been, you see, it's they left this meat to leave some rigidity to the structure, to some strength, and there's a nice and wider chamfer here, and then the radiused edge, you see, whereas on this side it's just a little bit up here, down here, whereas here it's just more refined, of course. The area around the flipper tab is basically unchanged. Like here, flipper tab, there's a little bit extra chamfer, if you can appreciate that. It's a little bit wider on the sides. You've got a narrower milling, just a little bit. It's just barely perceptible. On the back, of course, sorry, you can notice that the inlay has a different shape, of course. You can notice, of course, that the pivot it's clearly bigger in the newest version. The lock bar has the cutout, which is internal, and it's external over here. And here is there's just like a second layer, whereas here you have actually some fine milling lines right there. Pocket clip also is pretty different. Hidden hardware for the newest version, exposed hardware right there. You've got also one chamfer, but the shape is different. There's extra chamfers going on, so they took away some of the sharpness on this side, and you see, maybe like from this angle, you can appreciate the difference in the two clips, and also there's of course some extra milling going on right there. From this perspective, you can appreciate that we are almost there, in the sense that they're pretty much the same. When you open the blade, you're gonna notice some other differences. Of course, maybe like this, you've got a full flat grind for this bad boy, and here it's almost full flat. You have a flat, some flats area up here, up above the primary bevel, and you can see that there's jimping, whereas there's no jimping right over here. And next to the jimping, you have some cutouts, an extra layer of machining, and then you got a swedge, which is missing in the previous version. Also, like you see that the profile of the edge is different, whereas here, here you have probably like 60% belly and straight edge, whereas here you've got like 40% belly and straight edge up to the sharpening choil. So, of course, sterile looking blade on both showing side and M390 and LMAX steel for for the lock side. Now, let's just quickly check the weight. I know that it's not like super fair because we have micarta and carbon fiber, but let's just, you know, for the sake of the review, just see what's going on, because the 3M is going to be 4.79 ounces, and the LMAX is going to be, like here, is going to be 4.70 ounces. So this is lighter, okay? A little bit lighter. Here you have some internal skeletonization going on the NL, which on the 3M, which is not going on over here. So these scales are not internally skeletonized, and these scales are. Very beautifully done, I have to say. Another level of improvement on this guy is the multi-row bearing system, and in this guy you've got the single row bearing system logo, which you can appreciate like that. And the third level, of course, is the steel employed. This is LMAX steel, and this is M390 steel. So this is superior in several areas. The sound, it's a little bit deeper on the 3M. Closing sound is at higher pitched on the micarta version. The 3M feels more solid. It's more, there's less resounding echoes, let's say, or feedback for the 3M, and a little bit more on this one. From the feeling department, I mean, they are pretty much the same in the hand. I would say, I don't know why, but this guy feels a little bit better because maybe it's a little bit beefier. I don't know. This guy just feels better. There's some jimping as an extra level of refinement compared to this one. I mean, don't get me wrong, this feels great in the hand, but it's yeah, it's a little bit a matter of preferences. I kind of prefer more the 3M because of I mean, it looks pretty cool, guys. If you have to ask me to pick one of these two, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one. But remember that this guy is gonna be $1,100 and this is gonna be $700. So there's quite some jump to get to the Three Bears Shirogorov, but you won't be disappointed in any of these two cases because these are two great knives indeed. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like the video and to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.